Dr. Doom will do what Thanos never could. I rewatched Infinity War last night, and honestly, I wasn't planning on making a video about it. But then something clicked. Something that's been sitting right in front of our faces for 10 damn years. And once I saw it, I couldn't unsee it. The Russo brothers have a pattern. A very specific, very repeatable pattern. And that pattern tells us almost exactly what is going to happen in Avengers Doomsday. Not vague guesses. I'm talking structural, beat for beat. The blueprint is already there. And the scariest part? Dr. Doom is going to do something Thanos never had the brains to pull off. Let me explain. The Russo Pattern. Okay, so here's the thing nobody talks about. Go back and watch every single Russo Brothers MCU movie. Winter Soldier, Civil War, Infinity War, Endgame. Every single one of them follows the same damn formula. There's always a journey. Every movie starts with characters getting thrown onto a path they didn't choose, and by the end they discover something they really wish they hadn't. That's it. That's the whole game. Winter Soldier. Steve and Natasha go rogue, and they find out S.H.I.E.L.D. is Hydra. The one thing Steve trusted more than anything was rotten from the inside. Civil War. The Avengers family that took years to build gets ripped apart, and at the center of it all is Zemo. Not some all-powerful god. Just a guy with a plan and enough patience to let it play out. Infinity War. The entire movie is Thanos' journey. The Avengers are side characters in their own franchise. Think about how insane that is. And Endgame is the mirror. The Avengers go on a time travel road trip through their own history, revisiting everything that made them who they are. So if the Russos are directing Doomsday, and they've used this exact structure 4 times in a row, then Doomsday is going to be a journey movie. That's not a theory. That's just math. And the journey is going to belong to Dr. Doom. Doom is not Thanos. Now here is where it gets really interesting, because everyone keeps comparing Doom to Thanos. And I get it. Big bad villain. Centerpiece of a massive crossover. Same energy, right? Wrong. Completely wrong. And the Russos know that. Thanos was a brute force guy. He had one goal. Get the stones. Snap. Done. He literally punched his way through the entire universe to make his point. Respect to the man, but that is not what Doom does. Doom is a manipulator. He is a chess player. He doesn't kick the door down. He makes you open it for him. And the Russos already proved they can write that character because they already did it. His name was Zemo. Think about it. Zemo walked into Civil War with no superpowers, no army, no Infinity Stones. And he completely destroyed the Avengers. He turned Steve and Tony, 2 guys who would have died for each other, into enemies. That wasn't brute force. That was psychology. That was manipulation. Now imagine that same approach, but with someone who has the intellect of Tony Stark, the mystical knowledge of Doctor Strange, and the ego of a man who literally wears a metal mask because he thinks his face is too important for the world to see. That's Doom. And that's terrifying. The Steve Rogers problem. Alright, here's where my brain starts going to some dark places. Stay with me. The Russos love cold openings. Infinity War opens on Thor's destroyed ship. No intro. No build-up. Just carnage. Endgame opens on Hawkeye watching his family disappear. Again, no warning. You're just thrown into it. Doomsday is going to do the same thing, and I think the cold open is going to involve Steve Rogers. Think about it. Steve went back in time at the end of Endgame. He chose to stay with Peggy. He got his dance, his family, his peace. But here's the thing everyone overlooks. When Steve stayed in the past, he created a branch timeline. And when Loki sat on the throne at the end of his show and let all the branches grow freely, Steve's branch started expanding, spreading, causing incursions. Now, does Doom know this? I think he does. And I think in his mind, Steve Rogers is the guy who broke the multiverse. Not intentionally. But Doom doesn't care about intentions. He cares about cause and effect. And Steve is the cause. So picture this. The movie opens. Steve is sitting at dinner with Peggy. Maybe they have kids. He's finally happy. And then Doom appears out of nowhere. No monologue. No warning. He just shows up and destroys everything Steve built. Maybe he kills Peggy. Maybe he kills the kids. Maybe, and this would be peak Doom, he kills everyone except Steve. Leaves him alive on purpose, because Doom's family was taken from him too, and he wants Steve to feel exactly what that's like before he finishes his mission. That is not a Thanos move. Thanos would have just snapped and moved on. Doom makes it personal. Doom makes it hurt. And that's why he's more dangerous. The real twist. But here's the part that really messes with my head. Every Russo movie has a twist at the end of the journey. Something no one saw coming. Winter Soldier, S.H.I.E.L.D. is Hydra. Civil War. Zemo didn't want the super soldiers. He wanted the Avengers to tear themselves apart. Infinity War, the bad guy actually wins. So Doomsday is going to have its own version of that. And I think the twist is this. The multiverse incursions aren't happening because of Steve Rogers. They're happening because of Doom himself. I know, it sounds crazy. But think about the Russos' playbook. The villain's journey always leads to a discovery that reframes everything. What if Doom spends the entire movie hunting the root cause of the incursions, blaming Steve, blaming Loki, blaming the TVA, and then discovers that he's the one who set it all in motion, that the very thing he's trying to fix is something he caused? That's Shakespearean level shit. And that's exactly the kind of storytelling the Russos live for. Avengers versus X-Men. Now let's talk about the part everyone actually wants to hear about. The fight. In the comics, when the multiverse starts collapsing, the last two universes standing crash into each other. Earth 616 and Ultimate 1610. All the heroes from both sides are forced to fight just to survive. And the Russos have been teasing this for a while now. Avengers versus X-Men. That is happening in this movie. But here's the thing. Remember how Infinity War had those parallel action sequences? Wakanda and Titan running at the same time. Doomsday is going to do the same thing but bigger. You'll have Avengers fighting X-Men in one storyline while Doom is off doing his own thing entirely. He's not even part of the main battle. He's the one who caused it. He lit the match and walked away. And while everyone's distracted killing each other, Doom is making his real move. Going after Loki. Going after the TVA. Going after the throne of the multiverse itself. He's using the chaos as a cover. That's the Zemo playbook on a cosmic scale. The Strange Alliance. One more thing. And this one is going to sound weird, but hear me out. I think Doctor Strange teams up with Doctor Doom. In the comics, Strange sells his soul, joins the Black Priests, does everything he can to stop the incursions, and nothing works. Eventually he finds Doom, and Doom convinces him that the only way to save anything is to do it Doom's way. Now look at MCU Strange. This is a guy who watched 14 million futures just to find the one where they win. He gave Thanos the Time Stone not because he liked Tony, but because he calculated that Tony needed to live. Strange doesn't make emotional decisions. He makes cold, logical ones. So if Doom walks up to Strange and says, look, I've figured out how this ends and there's only one path that doesn't kill everyone, Strange is going to listen. He might not trust Doom, but he'll work with him, because that's what Strange does. He sacrifices comfort for survival, and Spider-Man might follow Strange into that alliance. Peter trusts Strange. He saw him as a mentor in No Way Home. If Strange says trust this guy, Peter goes along with it. And then Doom uses that trust to corrupt Peter in Secret Wars. Black Suit. Symbiote. The whole arc. But that's a conversation for another video. The cold ending. Last thing. Infinity War ended cold. No triumphant score. No heroic last stand. Just dust. Silence. Credits. The bad guy won, and the movie just ended. Doomsday is going to end the same way. Doom wins. He creates Battleworld. And everything you thought you knew about the MCU gets thrown in the trash. The Russos aren't here to give you a feel-good movie. They're here to burn it all down so Secret Wars can rebuild it. And Dr. Doom is the guy holding the match. Thanos wanted balance. Doom wants control. And control is so much scarier. Let me know what you think. I'll see you in the next one.